All right, folks, we are back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on FYNTV.com. It is Monday, February 22nd, 2021. Voice of Rural America. I love that logo. Emily, you have that placed. Like, I absolutely love everything about that Voice of Rural America. I have my red, white, and blue America. I'm going to go. I've got 150 flags. No, I don't have another 150 flags. Why am I saying that? I have like 150 ties, and that's not an exaggeration. But I think I'm going to go and do a search for American flag ties. I would like to have, I guess then my tie would look like the American flag every day. I'm not for sure how we're going with this, but I'm thinking about it. All right, folks. Emily, give me number 60. Wait a minute. Wait, Emily, wait, slow down. That's my bad, as the brothers say. Can we still say, because let's go. I've attempted number 4. Go with number 4. I've been attempting to try to be less white. Emily, can you look me up like the top Snoop Dogg phrases? Like, go in there and look up Snoop Dogg, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and get me like the top Snoop Dogg phrases. If you could clip anything in a top Snoop Dogg phrase out for me and put it on my screen, please, I'm begging you. My attempt to try to be less white. I mean, what do you say, bashizzle? I don't know if that's what. Can you still say home slice, homie? Homie, don't play that, huh? So you remember when you would go, right? So one time, leave that up there. It happened to be a black guy. How do you tell these stories if you don't tell them like that? So it's a black guy, right? So like this years ago, and I went like this, boom, 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 and I went, boom, like that. He said, no, Mr. Pritchard, don't blow it up. That's what white people do. What the? Boom, Mr. Pritchard, don't blow it up. That's what white people do. Okay. So anyhow, trying to be less white, attempting all I can be. So let's go to number 11. Okay. Now, remember, we're talking about, and the guy on the screen here is Barry Fleming. He is the chair of the Georgia House, Georgia House Election Integrity Committee. Now, Georgia House Speaker David Ralston created this committee at the beginning of the session to deal with and drop bills that dealt with election integrity in Georgia. Okay, so Barry Fleming was picked to chair that. So I want you to remember that name, because that's who you got to call, and you got to tell people to call. Okay, now as you can see, this 40-some page bill addressed absentee Sunday voting, right? Now, if you read the bill, they're up in arms, okay? And this is where I say it doesn't go far enough. And this is where I say, when Republicans say they're serious, you gotta ask just how serious are. So it's like, if a Republican says we're serious, it's like, how serious are you? That's like the joke. I'm serious. How serious are you? They don't go to, let me show you here. It would be devastating, blah, blah, blah. It's the proposal, souls to the polls, eliminate legislators, new voting. Okay. Okay, if there is a certain, all right. So let me just say this. It's okay. In it, it incorporates, now listen to this, the bill, stay with me. It incorporates initiatives such as requiring a voter to submit either a driver's license number, state ID, or copy of photo ID when requesting an absentee ballot. All right. Now, in this, what you have to remember is you have right there in the center, Barry Fleming, okay? And then you have the co-chair of that committee, Bonnie Rich, okay? House District 97, Bonnie Rich. I don't have her picture up. So if Republicans are serious, why no hearing on House Bill 228? So if we're really trying to do everything, why not throw this bill in and give me number 60 on the screen? All right. And let me tell you, another thing is, and I'm going to tell you why you have to call. You have to call and encourage these people to stand strong. Seriously, Barry Fleming, Bonnie Rich, is that her name? She's the co-chair, right? Bonnie Rich is the co-chair. You have to call these people, say, stand strong. They're getting hit. We have to send as many phone calls of what we want in the bill, what we want them to stand strong. They have to hear our voice louder. And what happens during these times is people like Fair Fight, they get together. That's why I was so upset in the last segment. They get together and they make sure they have a call to arms. And they get their word out and they're blowing up the phone lines. They're at the state capitol. Well, I thought you couldn't go to the state capitol. Hell, don't tell them that. They're walking through the door. They are down there in their representative's office. They are down there at the committee hearings. They are down there walking the halls. They are ringing the phones off the hook. Now, many of you are. Okay, so you may be out there saying, don't attack me. I'm doing it. I'm working very hard. I'm doing everything I can. I get it. I know you are. Thank you. I appreciate you. Well, we wondered when you were ever going to say you appreciate us. I appreciate you. I get messages saying I sent 10 emails. I get it. I appreciate it. But I'm talking the overall. This is what we have to do. Barry Fleming, the chair of this committee. Bonnie Rich, the vice chair. Now, House Bill 228, HB 228, sits in the Election Integrity Committee. All right? It sits there, HB 228. This bill that would mark a non-citizen limited driver's license as a bearer, not a U.S. citizen, voter ID. The far left is attacking. The far left, my message is the far left is attacking Bonnie Rich, the subcommittee chair. We need polite calls and emails to her office and the office of Barry Fleming, the full committee chair. We're running out of time. HB 228. Okay? Now, what this is, if you could see on the top, this is why is this a big deal? Because when you have counties and poll workers and you come in and you hand your ID to them, okay? Right now, if you are in this country on a green card, if you're an illegal and you have a driver's license, if you're in this country as if you got a visa to work permit, green card, whatever it may be, if you work at one of the multinational corporations, whatever, and you got a driver's license, it says termed, limited term, the top one, this is what currently it says in Georgia, limited term driver's license. All we are asking in 228, House Bill 228, is to have the sentence on the top say, bearer, not a U.S. citizen, not voter ID. Okay? So when you walk in, it's not to be used as voter identification. It is a limited term driver's license. See that? See the top one, if you walk in, poll worker doesn't see limited term. I don't know. Maybe it's only 6 months. I don't know what the deal is on that. But the bottom one is what 228, all it would change is that driver's license saying bearer not a U.S. citizen, non-voter ID. They will not touch that. If they are serious about, identification at the polls, if they're serious about, but look, Homeland Security wants you to get an ID. This is not a big deal. Please call immediately Barry Fleming and Bonnie Rich, especially. Your representative's important. Barry Fleming, Bonnie Rich, you want a hearing on this. It's HB 228, okay? And they're not serious about some things if they won't even give you a hearing on this. Also, please call immediately, and ask them to stand strong on these election voting integrity bills. Do not encourage them. It's time now. You got to encourage them. Do not let the left, the battle. They are angry, nasty people. We need to call them. All across this country, please call Bonnie Rich. Please call representatives in the Georgia State House, senators, state senators, Republicans, Barry Fleming, all across this country, and say, please stand strong. We support you. We want strong, voter election integrity bills. Okay, so I'm going to take one more break. I want to come back because it is 10:30, and I want to do a quick wrap up. We got to run through. I've got a couple things we have to cover before the 11 o'clock hour. Emily, take a break.